Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio. So today, I've got some pretty up-to-the-minute news about some Twilight Masquerade promo cards, which have gone and been revealed. I'm literally starting to record this as they're being revealed. And you know what? I think these are cool cards, and I want to go and get them. I'm not gonna go and get them, because they're apparently not for me yet, but remember the way this generally tends to go. You see these things popping up in some territories, and you're like, oh man, I wish they were in my territory, and like 5 minutes later they are. So the general rule applies here. Generally speaking, wherever you usually get these cards is probably where you're going to get them this time around. So let's start off with, let's go for Sinister. I like this Sinister. This is being given away at Best Buy when you purchase $15 worth of Pokemon TCG products. Cool. And it's Sinister with the Twilight Masquerade logo. And that's it, just to be clear, all right? It is Sinister with the Twilight Masquerade logo. That's what you've got. That's what it is. No ifs, buts, or maybes. No mucking about. It is the same card, but now it's got the logo on. And you know what? Well, it's got a stamp. I am a sucker for a good stamp. I've told you all this many times before. You take an alright card, you whack a stamp on it, I am sold. I'm not saying I'm going to Best Buy in the US to pick this up. Wait a second. I'm allowed to tell you guys I'm going to NAIC. Is there a Best Buy near NAIC? Can somebody give me a lift to a Best Buy near NAIC to pick this up? Because maybe I will actually be able to pick this one up in person, and that'll be amazing. Yeah, as a side note, it's not a secret anymore. I'm casting NAIC. It's been officially announced over on Pokemon's website and socials. I've not mentioned it in a video yet. I've never done NAIC before. That's quite a big deal. Joe and I are going to be the first European casters to ever do TCG at NAIC. It's going to be amazing. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be trying to pick this up. I'm going to pause the video for a minute while I Google to see if there's a Best Buy near the venue. Okay, there's a Best Buy like 15 minutes away. We're good. I'm picking this one up in person, ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted. Nice. As for the card itself, we've got single energy, curse drop, put 4 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. It's fine. It's not terribly exciting. But then we've got spill the tea. 70 damage, you discard up to 3 grass energy, and you deal 70 damage for each one discarded in this way. As a side note of the wording, it is discard up to 3 grass energy from your Pokemon, not from this Pokemon. That means that you will be able to potentially discard from bench Pokemon, etc. Keep the energy on this Pokemon if that's what you're looking to do. So, yeah. That's quite cool, right? I think that's quite cool. I really like this card. It's one that I have got my eye on, so to speak. I don't know how competitive it's going to be, but it is one that I am looking at. As a side note, there is a new Poltergeist coming around in the set as well, for which I don't think we have a promo, but it's got an ability to prevent all damage from and effects of attacks from your opponent's Pokemon done to this Pokemon. So if you are trying to play a Sinister deck, I'm just putting it out there, this is actually not terrible. Sure, you got 30 HP and that's absolute garbage. But generally speaking, it's garbage because of how easy it's going to be for your opponent to try and KO you. But because you've got that built-in protection, maybe they're not able to KO you. I'm just putting that out there. And yes, this does hit for Grass Weakness. And Grass Weakness is relevant for Roaring Moon and also probably way more importantly, Charizard. And I'm just saying, maybe there's a world here in which this is a decent Charizard counter. I'll be honest with you, in the same set we're getting Sunflora, that's another stage 1 grass Pokemon that is probably a way better Charizard counter. But this does damage to anyone. Sunflora really does just hunt Pokemon with grass energy attached. So, you know, maybe there's a niche for this. Not saying it's amazing, but I am saying maybe there's a niche for this. I think this might take some more investigating. Either way, get yourself over to Best Buy, spend $15, and you're good to go. But if you're sitting here thinking, wassy, 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 look, you're British, you like tea, that's fine, that's adorable. We want to know about Ogerpon. This is an Ogerpon set. Well, I've got wonderful news for you. There is a Teal Mask Ogerpon promo that is going to be available in 2 separate flavours. There is a GameStop flavour featuring the worst stamp we see on any Pokemon card. They've been using it for years, it's terrible. And the EB Game stamp, which is slightly better. Here's what it says on the website. If you're in Canada, Australia, or New Zealand, there's good news for you too. Starting May the 24th, you can pick up a Teal Mask Ogerpon promo card from the Pokemon TCG Scarlet and Violet Twilight Masquerade expansion. In Canada, visit your nearest GameStop, and in New Zealand and Australia, visit EB Games. When you purchase $15 worth of Pokemon TCG products, you'll receive Teal Mask Ogerpon in all its legendary might. And you might have noticed something in what I just said. I didn't say US. I said Canada. And then for EB Games, I said New Zealand and Australia. But in terms of GameStop, the information we've been given as it stands at the moment is Canada. As it stands, it's Canada. So that's a weird one to me, honestly. Why is this not being given out at GameStop in the US? I'm not going to pause the video and look to see if there's a GameStop near where I'm staying in New Orleans because, well, why? They're not giving it away at GameStop in the US. That seems weird to me. I don't think that's an omission. Usually these things are pretty well planned. So I'm just saying, you know, maybe we need to figure this out a little bit. Putting that out there. But anyway, as it stands, not US, just Canada. Sorry about that. Now, it is the same Ogerpon regardless, and it is actually the same Ogerpon that is the Elite Trainer Box promo for the set. So if you buy yourself a Twilight Masquerade Elite Trainer Box, this is the Ogerpon promo you will be picking up. It was actually one of the very first cards revealed in the initial reveal for Twilight Masquerade. This was one of the very first cards that was actually revealed, which is kind of cool. Is it a decent card? It's all right. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's amazing, because it's not, but it's all right. Single energy, search your deck for 2 basic energy, reveal them, put them into your hand, shuffle your deck. That's fine. 2 energy, 20 damage, plus 20 more for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So if your opponent's got a full bench, you do 120. The thing is, you're hitting weakness and you're not getting a KO on Charizard, which honestly makes me a little bit nervous. So I'm not saying this is perfect. It's not. It's far from perfect. So I'm not loving it, but it is a basic Pokemon. It's not terrible. You know, searching 2 energy turn 1 is all right. It's not the worst use of turn 1. Incidentally, passing of a bad Pokemon in the active, that is the worst use of your turn 1. So you know what? It's fine. Amazing? Nah, mate. Decent? Yeah. It's all right. And while we're talking about promos, just a reminder, well, we kind of saw it before, but now it's been revealed a bit more officially. There is a Zarude promo, which is going to be coming in 2 different ways. It is going to be in the upcoming issue of Korokoro Ichiban in Japan. And it's also going to be in the upcoming issue of Pokemon Fan over in Japan. These are 2 different magazines, but both of the magazines feature this Zarude promo. It's all right. I've forgotten the translation, so bear with me. I'm going to translate this on the fly. Single energy, search your deck for 3 basic grass energy, put them in your hand, shuffle your deck. Oh, so it's literally a better version of the Ogerpon I just showed you, because it gets 3 basic grass energy rather than 2. Although it's for a coloured energy, and it only searches grass rather than being colourless and searching for anything, but it gets 3 rather than 2. And then 130 damage, and then it can't attack next turn for 3 energy. It's not good, I'll be honest with you, but that's not really the point now, is it? It is a nice little magazine promo. I'm kind of not buying Korokoro Ichiban anymore, because I used to buy it every, 3 months when it had a new Pokemon promo. The thing is, after the Pachirisu, which I showed you a little while ago, this is the second Korokoro promo in a row, which has been released in Korokoro Ichiban and in Pokemon Fan. Exactly the same promo in each of them. 2 magazines, same promo. Well, Pokemon Fan is, as far as I'm concerned, a better magazine. It's like every 3 months, and it just literally just takes you through the Pokemon news of the past couple of months. It's really good. So why would I buy Ichiban anymore? And the answer is I wouldn't. Sorry about that. But I'm going to be picking this up anyway. And look, I figured while we're talking about promos, this is a promo, and it might be coming to Japan, but still, while we're talking about promos, I thought it was worth having a little bit of a chat about it. And now we have. So now it's over to you guys. Tell me if you're going to be heading out to Best Buy to try and pick up this Sinister. Tell me if you're heading to GameStop or EB Games to pick up this Teal'c Gogapon. Tell me if you're trying to order Pokemon Fan to go and get yourself this Zarude. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shout-outs on the channel like the lovely William Shaw, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.